a biblical analysis of Israel's haters, their nature, behavior, and demise. The Israelites have been at the epicenter of religious, political, and spiritual strife throughout history. Those who assert a single spiritual identity, one religion, one mind, one spirit, frequently incite hatred toward Israel in the present era. These claims invoke Allah, but their understanding of God is incompatible with the God of Israel, the one who established a covenant with Abraham. Their relationship with Israel would be characterized by peace rather than conflict if they genuinely served the God of Abraham, as they claim. Those who have animosity toward Israel and yet profess to serve God are not guided by the spirit of the God of Israel, but by someone else. Paul cautioned in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4 that there is a risk of receiving another Jesus, another spirit, or another gospel. Their fruit would demonstrate the holiness of their spirit. In Matthew chapter 7, verse 16, Jesus declared, "You shall know them by their fruits." Many people who claim to be proponents of peace in name and phrase, nevertheless sow murder, turmoil, and violence. The double-mindedness of individuals who proclaim peace with their lips, yet plot devastation with their hearts, is encapsulated in Psalm chapter 120, verse 7, which states, "I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war." The spirit that really motivates them is betrayed by their fruits, which include violence, terrorism, hatred, and defamation. Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23 lists love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance as the fruit of the Spirit. Since they embody God's holy, life-giving nature, there is no rule against them. A fake religion is exposed by the lack of these fruits. One powerful tool used by haters of Israel is disinformation. Across the world, especially in Western nations, emotionally driven sympathizers, often lacking deep knowledge of historical and biblical truth, absorb and repeat lies. They become easy targets of ideological brainwashing spread by radical voices within Islam, rumors, and social media distortions. Political activism is frequently used as a cover for anti-Israel sentiment. One of the most frequently propagated myths is that Israel is not indigenous to the region. However, the overwhelming weight of archaeological evidence, including temples, inscriptions, and artifacts, points to the Jewish people's long-standing ties to the region. Islam, on the other hand, has no similar ancient historical claim, not even to Jerusalem, let alone Mecca. Slogans like "From the river to the sea" convey a genocidal desire to exterminate Israel and are more than just political catchphrases. These statements run counter to Abraham's character, whom many of these communities refer to as their father. Jesus chastised people who claimed Abraham's name but attempted to assassinate him in John chapter 8, verse 39 to 40, saying, "If ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the acts of Abraham." Abraham was not affected by this. All people can hear God's voice, but only those who have been made holy and faultless by His grace are able to recognize it. Unknowingly, a large number of those who oppose Israel are fighting against God. Thus, take care not to be discovered opposing the Lord while believing that you are doing His will. Even though Israel is frequently demonized, it seldom ever starts wars. It keeps coming up in self-defense. From Hamas to the Houthis, from Iran to Lebanon, terror plots and missile assaults frequently start outside of Israel's boundaries. Israel responds by taking action to protect its citizens, not to kill innocent people. Jewish Maccabi Tel Aviv supporters were attacked, injured, and sent to the hospital during an anti-Semitic outburst that took place during a UEFA Europa League game in Amsterdam on November 6 to 7, 2024. A football game was transformed into a terrifying scenario by flares, scooters, and organized gangs. This type of hatred is institutional and widespread. Jewish Olympians, supporters, and residents are frequently criticized for who they are rather than what they do. In the meantime, Israelis hardly ever carry out acts of terror, such as mass murder, suicide bombings, and hijackings. These crimes, such as ISIS's beheading of 21 Christians, are abhorrent and widely denounced. However, they are frequently supported by extreme doctrines that are mistakenly referred to be sacred. When Israel was assaulted in the past, its people would repent and beg God for forgiveness because they knew that if their actions pleased the Lord, even their adversaries would be at peace with them. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. Instead of blaming others for their pain, they saw divine discipline and turned from their sins. Enemies of Israel today take pride in her discipline and help forward the affliction, actions that God disapproves of. Zechariah Spater Jans. 1 verse 15 reads, "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction." There will be consequences for anyone who take advantage of God's brief annoyance with Israel in order to further their own murderous goals. Even with Israel's flaws, God's promise with Abraham has not been violated. Our generation is still impacted by the promise found in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. "I will curse the one who curses you and bless those who bless you." God will bless Israel if she is blessed, and he will punish her if she is cursed. Israel's adversaries are not merely fighting against a country. They are fighting against the all-powerful God who has selected and protected his people throughout history. Let people who claim to be of God look at their behavior, spirit, and fruit. Do they support or oppose the God of Israel? Truth, holiness, and peace draw the line, not only religion. The Bible calls us to discern as well as to believe. These days, discernment is crucial because it allows us to decide whether to support or oppose God by blessing or cursing Israel. "He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad." Matthew, just chapter 12, verse 30.